Welcome to the Dowden Podcast. I'm your host, the official CRG, and today we're going to talk about the power of habits and why, if you genuinely want to start to change not only your life, but the direction that it is headed in, then it is absolutely crucial for you to stop trying to blame all of your past and current situations on your environment and everyone else around you, and instead just really start to learn not only how to change your current habits, but how to then properly build the discipline that's needed to stay with them from here on out. But before we get started, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. That way you don't miss any weekly episodes and posts. You can find video of this episode strictly on YouTube, but the audio everywhere else. Now, when it comes to truly starting to change not only your life, but the direction that it is headed in, understanding that you have to start changing your habits and how you go about these things genuinely is one of the most powerful lessons that I have personally ever had to learn. Because not only was living off my habits something that I was doing on a day to day basis, having it just keep me stuck, destroy my growth, destroy my mentality and my full potential. But really, this was something that was just holding me back. And I know that's exactly what it's doing with you, because not only do your habits control your day to day life, but they control your future. How you go about your habits and how you carry yourself is how you turn out. And because I was doing the wrong thing, I was living in the negativity, I was letting the negative habits run my life. It was literally running it into the ground until I not only started to learn how to change my current habits, but how to then properly build the discipline that was needed to stay with them from here on out. Because you see, back when I was still living in the city, always just living off those habits and trying to blame everything on my environment and everyone else around me was something that I was just damn near doing on a day to day basis. Like, seriously, whether it was through my past trauma, things that I've gone through, the actions that I was doing right then and there, instead of owning up to it, I would go ahead and just say, oh, it's my environment taking a toll on me, or I would just make an excuse. With the habits, I wouldn't take care of myself. I would procrastinate. I would shove myself with junk food. I wouldn't optimize my sleep. I wouldn't apply myself. And because of that, it literally started to keep me in denial and keep me stuck. Because instead of facing my own problems, realizing that in order to change my life, I had to change my habits, I would just ignore it. I wouldn't pay attention to any of it, and it would keep me stuck exactly where I was. It would keep me in the repeating cycles. I would wake up every single day miserable, just wondering, "Oh, why is my life like this? Why am I feeling like that?" When in all reality, it was my own doing. And in order for me to change that around, I had to change my habits, right? For some of you that might know, I got kicked out at 18 and I had to move to Florida. When I moved to Florida, I thought, oh, okay, I'm moving states. I'm getting away from the craziness. My life is going to completely do a 360. When I got here, nothing changed. I was still in the same mentality. I was still craving the negative. I was still trying to just do crash out stuff. It was because of my habits. And in order to change my life, you have to change your habits. And that is the most important thing that a lot of us don't realize or understand, because we want to skip over it. We want to get to the goal. We want to get to the success, not realizing that what you do on a day to day basis is what really counts. And because I was ignoring that, like I said, it was just keeping me in those never ending cycles of just denial, negativity, and just feeling like I was constantly stuck. Because when it comes to not only living off those habits, but just blaming all of your past and current situations on everyone else around you or the environment that you're in, this is something that is just genuinely not going to do anything but just destroy your growth and hold you back even more without you realizing it. Because, like we said earlier, Your habits dictate your life. What you do on a day to day basis is going to dictate what you do tomorrow. So if you come home from work or school, you skip homework, you get right on the game, you scroll for countless hours, you eat a bunch of junk food, you don't go to the gym, you don't you go to sleep at 3 a.m. just to wake up at 7, of course you're going to feel the same way. Of course you're going to be miserable because of your habits. If you change your habits, you change your life. Understand that your life doesn't change by luck. It changes by you taking action, by doing things you don't want to do. You have to be uncomfortable. You have to build discipline. You have to be consistent. You have to get through things and pick yourself up because life isn't just a straightforward path. No matter what you're going through, no matter what age you are, there's always going to be curves. There's going to be turns. You're going to have to go backwards. You're going to have to go forwards. But through that, you still have to push. You still have to live. You still have to get things done. And if you just have negative habits, you're going to have negative outcomes. If you want to change your life, you don't need a whole new environment. You don't need all of this. You don't need all of that. You just need to start with your habits and your mentality. Start taking it one step at a time and start focusing on your life. Because I promise you, the second you really take control and the second you change those habits, your life is slowly going to follow behind. So, if you genuinely want to start to change not only your life, but the direction that it is headed in, then understanding that you have to stop trying to blame all of your past and current situations on your environment and everyone else around you genuinely is so important. Because when I sit here and tell you guys that it isn't going to do anything but keep you stuck, keep you in denial, destroy your growth and your overall potential, I truly do mean it. Because as you see with me, that's exactly what had happened until I not only started to learn how to change my current habits, but how to then properly build the discipline that is needed to stay with them from here on out. So, moving forward, instead of just waking up every single day and living in the same exact habits and the cycles that you have formed for yourself, go ahead and just start to take some real control and action over these things. Start holding yourself accountable. Stop telling yourself you're going to do something and then don't do it because that is not doing anything but letting yourself down, letting your future self down, and just driving your mentality into this it's okay to make excuses and it's okay to be lazy. Understand that if you want real change, you have to change your mentality. You have to genuinely build discipline. You have to be consistent and you have to do things that you are uncomfortable with. Stop saying you're going to do something and then not do it. Hold yourself accountable. Start challenging yourself, apply yourself, and take action towards these things. Because at the end of the day, nobody is going to change your life but you. I've told you guys this before, but your mom's not going to do it. Your dad, your auntie, your sister, your brother. Nobody is going to change your life but you. They might give you motivation, they might give you advice, but at the end of the day, you have to take that first step. You have to apply yourself and you have to make these things real. So if you want to change your life around, change your habits. Start waking up every single day, apply yourself, read a book, go to the gym, start taking care of your health, start optimizing your sleep, start challenging yourself, get out of your comfort zone. Just do whatever you can to start making these things real because sitting here and waiting isn't going to do it for you. I promise you, you can change your life in the direction that it is headed in. You just first have to stop trying to blame all of your past and current situations on your environment and everyone else around you. And instead, just really start to learn not only how to change your current habits, but how to then build the proper discipline that's needed to stay with them from here on out. But with that said, today's quote is by John C. Maxwell. He once said, If your habits don't line up with your dream, then you need to either change your habits or change your dream. I appreciate you tuning in. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And this is the Dowdum Podcasts.